NERDSoul.
Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing the street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, oh yeah, got another wonderful episode of Nerd Soul Gaming, and today isn't like a normal day. We got an interview with a prolific figure in the FGC. Right now, I want to throw it over to the man of the hour, Open Mind. Say what's up. How you doing?
What's happening to the FGC and to the NERDSoul family? Thanks for having me, Nerd. As always, bro, I always appreciate you having me. Just so you know, brother to brother, it's humbling every time you call me to come through the show, bro. Just want to let you know.
Yo, man, I'm just glad we've been able to get up, talk, you know what I'm saying, trade ideas and all that stuff. So I'm glad to be able to have you here. And some congratulations are in order. You know what I'm saying? So while all of y'all are going and hitting that like button and subscribing and sharing and all this stuff so we can get in the conversation, Open Mind is now, the number 2 hitman in the world?
The number 2 headband. Yes,
man, you got the number 2 headband.
The number 2 headband in this joint. Listen, I gotta tell you, fam, like, it wasn't a goal. I'm gonna just put that out there. It wasn't like something I was striving for. I've just been playing DNF Duel since it came out. Like, I've been playing it. I ain't been putting out. I'll take that back. I have been putting out a lot of content, honestly. I haven't been putting it on YouTube. I've been putting a lot of content on Twitter. Just little 2-minute clips. You know what I'm saying? And people have been, listen, my clips on Twitter is doing views. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I don't have a big following as far as my subscriber base. But when I put them clips out, them joints be getting like 300 and 400 views on them joints. Like, and I'm like,
okay.
You know, like over time, like, of course not in the day or the moment I drop them. Like, I look back on some of them joints, I'm like, okay, this joint's getting views. And I don't know who's looking at them. I appreciate all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, so I say that to say, I was chilling one day. I want to say it was about a couple of days before I inboxed you and sent you that. I think I inboxed you a screenshot showing my progress, right? You know what I'm saying? Just looked at it. I was just being nosy. I looked in the ranking just to see who's what, right? Who is who, right? Just to see the ranking, see the name. And I'm scrolling, and I was like, well, let me see my rank, right? So there's a little option where you could jump to your rank. And I was like, yo, I'm like number 6. I didn't even know I was number 6 at the time that I took the screenshot. I didn't know I was number 6. I'm like, wow, have I been playing this game that much? I didn't realize I was playing DNF Duel this much. I just didn't know because I'm not playing it for 7 hours of the day. I sit down a couple hours, I turn off. I got stuff to do. You know, I got a wife and kids, man. I game. Yes, I'm a gamer, but I'm not on it when people think I am. I'm not. I'm not on it as often as people think I am. So I made it put a clip out. That clip probably been sitting in my hard drive for 3 days or a week. The clip that you see that I put out, whatever it looks like at the time, if it's got some music on it, right? That clip is old to me. It's new to y'all because I'm lazy, right? I got so much stuff I got to edit. Like, it's crazy. So I'm just checking out the rest. I'm like, whoa, I'm in the 6th place. So I see you the screenshot in the inbox. I was like, yo, check it out. I was just as surprised as you were to see myself. So at the top 10, I was in 6th place. I was the number 6 hitman at the time I looked at the ranking. So I was like, okay, so who's at the top, right? And this is based off the character that you're using. This isn't, I'm the number 1 or the number 2 player on DNF Duel. That's not what I'm saying. I'm main hitman, and then when you go to the ranking, you look at the character that you're using, and it shows you everybody using that character and where they stand with that character. And I was at number 6. I'm like, well, if I'm the number 6 hitman, let me look at the top 3 and see where they at. I'm like, oh, I can get to the top 3. It ain't, but I think I was shy about 30 wins. I had to get 30 wins to put myself in the top 3. And then I got to the 3rd place, right? And you was like, yo, go ahead for the number 2 headband. Like, it was you that kind of motivated me to keep pushing. Because honestly, fam, like, I inboxed you to see, like, should I even shoot? Should I even shoot for this? Like, who cares? Like, and when you said that to me, you was like, yo, it's just go ahead and get the number 2 headband, fan. And I was like, when you said that, I understood the reference immediately, right? It was just so dope how you said it. So, and then I sent you the screenshot. I'm number 2. I was like, wow, I could get. Of course, I'm still going to get the number 1, but it's like it's not as simple as getting to 2 because whoever the second place guy was lazy. He didn't really quit playing. I don't know what it is, but I'm like 150 wins past that guy that was in second place before me. So whoever was in second place before me, I've put 150 wins on top of the wins it took to take his place. So I'm 150 past the original second place guy. And I see the list. I see somebody on the list trying to climb up. I noticed, I've been checking the list since then, looking to see who's doing what. Somebody is on my tail, but I'm still 80 wins past that guy. So it's like, it's like, it wasn't nothing I strived for. Until you inboxed me and was like, go ahead and push for why not, right? You basically like, why not?
Yeah, it's like, why not?
Because in my mind, I didn't care. Like, I didn't know I was that high to begin with. And then it's like, should I even, like, what's the prize for this? Like, not that there is a prize. It's just that I can tell you, I changed my little, like, you can change your name as many as you want. Of course, you got your PlayStation name account, but you can use nicknames on that game. And so I went to the profile and I changed my name just to troll, right? I'm trolling, right? My troll is the number 2 Hitman. Like, that's my nickname. So when people fight me, they're like, the number 2 Hitman. Y'all see it probably on the screen. Y'all can see it looping back where I've changed my name a couple of times when I use Hitman. I'm doing that because I want these guys to give me the best that they got. I'm not really trying to troll to be like toxic. It's more so it's like, I'm the number 2 Hitman. I want you to read this and be like, this guy, who's this guy? Let me, if I do beat him, I'm gonna clip it to say I just beat the number 2 Hitman. And I'm doing that on purpose. If somebody do beat me, clip that. Because trust me, I'm clipping every time I beat the number 2 player. Now I'm the number 2 Hitman, but there's a number 2 deity who's the number 2 person on the game, period. No matter who they use. This person is the number 2 in a different category. Mm-hmm. I got the clip. It should be rolling in the loop. It'll play. If you don't see it right now, it'll play. That loop is going to play back where you'll see I beat 2 and 3. And when I say 2 and 3, I'm being deity. I'm a deity myself, but I'm not like in the top 10 deities. But my rank is deity, right? It says that. I think I'm like 250 something. I don't know. Last I looked at it, 250 something, 240 something deity, right? There's only 300 of them. But I'm saying it doesn't really matter your deity rank. What character are you using? And how good are you with that character? And I'm number 2 with the character. That was my long list fill.
Would you consider yourself a specialist at Hitman in this case?
You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna be modest, bro. Like, I don't even think I'm all that good with Hitman. I think I'm decent. Right? I think I'm decent with the character. I understand the game. I understand how to use the character. But there's just some stuff that, honestly, I can't do with Hitman because my old man fingers, my old man arthritis fingers. I'm 40 years old, so for me to be a 40-year-old boomer and I'm number 2 Hitman, I honestly think that's kind of silly. I think it's funny that these guys younger than me y'all should be at the top and I'm at the top. And I'm old enough to be y'all daddy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I don't think I'm like the best. I just think I'm pretty good and I think I can hold my own against whoever. Because this. Go ahead.
Not particularly the best, but when you're a specialist, that doesn't mean that you have to be the best, but just like you kind of know exactly how to win with this character.
Yeah, I go in that case, yeah, I got sauce. I got some sauce. It depends on the day. Sometimes it can be red sauce, hot sauce, you know what I'm saying, salsa. Marinara sauce. It all depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I got some sauce. Look, the clips are rolling. Y'all see the sauce? You feel me?
Now, I want to talk about DNF Duel because there's been, there's especially as of late, there's been some talk about DNF Duel. First, I want to know how you feel about the game, or how did you feel about the game before launch, and how do you feel about it now? And do you feel the game is dead? Because a lot of people are saying that it's dead as well.
Well, Let me answer the last question first and first question last. Do I feel the game is dead? No, because if it's dead, then how am I getting all these wins? Who am I fighting? Ghosts? I'm fighting somebody, right? I'm fighting people. And I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
was in a fight before you hit me up to start the show tonight. I was in a fight. That's why I'm late. That's why I was late to start the show. I was in a fight. I was like, we were doing a set because online rank is best out of three. I won one. He won one. I wanted to finish strong, so I finished strong, and then I jumped on the thing with you. But it's not dead in the sense of nobody's playing it, but the player base has dropped, and understandably so. There is a legitimate reason why the player base has dropped. It's not because the game sucks. It's because the developers have kind of abandoned the game. They haven't given us any new content since the game's launch. There were two betas. It's DFO Dungeon Fighter Online, the RPG, has a plethora of characters that they can pull from. Nobody's asking for all of it, right? You don't have to give us the entire lore of DFO characters and try to turn them into fighters. No, we're not asking that. But you can grab 5 more of those people. At the most 10. If you don't want to give us 5 because maybe that's too high in the budget, maybe 10. I mean, if 10 is too much of a budget, okay, then grab 5. Grab 5 unique characters from the lore, turn them into a fighter, man, and give it to us DLC for the next 5 months. Each one a month, right? Give us one character a month for the next 5 months. Total out 5 total DLC. And see what we're looking like in the spring. I think that'll be a dope if they do that. That'll be dope. As far as like how I'm feeling about the game, I feel the same way I felt when I played the beta, the first beta. I don't hate this game. I love this game. And the reason I love this game so much is because as simple as it is, it's also complex. It's a very simple fighting game. It's a very straight to the point fighting game. It's complex, but it's not, right? And it's dumb. I'm gonna sound so contradictory here, and I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to. I can't find the words to explain because I play fighting games, right? I am a fighting game connoisseur. I love fighting games. Right? It's just my baby.
Yeah, because when I met you, I think you were still playing Tekken 7 and winning tournaments at
Right.
that.
Right. I'm online tournaments, not like showing up face-to-face tournaments and winning money like because the PlayStation has every week there's a tournament on Tekken. Like you can submit yourself, you'll see your email and you can log into your PlayStation and play. I've won those little $50 tournaments. There's prizes. There's $50. They send you to PayPal. It's legit if you win. But for me, for that is Tekken. Is it fun to me because I played it so much every iteration, and I'm always ready for something new and exciting to play. I like learning a new game. For example, Grand Blue Fantasy is about to be free to play come Tuesday. It's gonna hit the PlayStation store. And I never played Grand Blue Fantasy, but it's the same exact people who made DNF Duel, and I figured, well, maybe I could pick this up, and it's 2 years old, let me jump into it and see what it's feeling like. But I hear that the online on it is bad. It's delayed-based netcode instead of rollback. So if it's got bad netcode, I'm probably not going to play it. But overall, man, I think it's not a gripe. I would say the fighting games that I've played, most of them kind of there's an element of similarity in all of the games. For DNF Duel, this kind of gives you a little bit more freedom, but also some restrictions, and it's an honest fighting game. I don't hate it. I don't have any issue with it. The only thing I don't like is the fact that developers are kind of abandoning it. And they're to speak to that, I don't know. I could just benefit of the doubt speculate and say there could just be some budget issues. Some people probably got fired. How do we know if, let's say the people who made this game, DNF Duel, the launch rolled out and everything rolled out, and then the whole crew got fired, laid off. We don't know. Nobody's speaking.
Yeah, ain't nobody saying nothing on this game.
And let's say that actually is exactly what happened. They're not obligated to tell us FGC people that we had to fire a bunch of people and now we're hiring more people, so the game is going to be on a back burner for a minute. Like that could actually be the reason why we're not getting any content for this game, and it seems as if that the developers don't care. Now it could very well be that they don't care, right? But the game's only 2 months old. I'm gonna like reserve judgment until at least maybe December. If I don't see anything for DNF Duel in December, then I'll probably join everybody who says this game is dead. And I say December because who's to say that some people didn't just lose their jobs? Some people probably got fired. Look what happened in Street Fighter V, prime example. What I'm saying actually happened in Street Fighter V. Ono got fired, right? And there was a delay. For Street Fighter 6 was supposed to come out last year, but because Ono got fired, that pushed Street Fighter 6 back all the way to next year. That happened. Ono,
True.
The guy who's been giving us Street Fighter up until 5 got fired because of what he was doing with Street Fighter 6. He was doing some tag battle stuff. Whatever he was doing to Street Fighter 6, nobody liked it, and he got fired for it. So him getting fired caused a serious delay, and everybody was trashing Street Fighter 5 for an entire year. We didn't get no content for Street Fighter 5 for a whole year because of Ono's firing. And then we started getting content for another year before they gave us Luke and said, all right, Street Fighter 5 done, now here's Street Fighter 6. With those two new guys, those two new dev guys whose names I can't remember, but you know who I'm talking about, them two new devs.
Yeah.
Right. So that could be a thing as to why DNF Duel's not getting any content. It's only been 2 months. And I feel like this, and I'm gonna pass the mic back to you. I feel like as FGC, we are so spoiled and entitled. If we waited 2 whole years and gave Street Fighter V a 2-year benefit of the doubt, why can't we give DNF Duel 2 months or 5 months? Because there could just be some internal stuff. So to say the game is dead, that's spoiled, entitled FGC people. Spoiled and entitled because you're used to a certain way of doing things. And who's to say that they didn't want to do it that way? But some people just lost their job and they just couldn't. Sometimes you just can't do. You can't get blood from a turnip and water from a dry well. You just can't. And they got to fill that well back up. And that's probably, I don't know this. I'm just saying, consider that possibility before we just start throwing stones at these people at 2 months after the game's launched.
Okay. Well, all right then, because at least from my standpoint, I remember when they priced the game, and I was like, for what we've seen, I was like, 50 kind of high. 50 kind of high. But I was like, you know what? You never know what they're going to give us. You never know what they're going to bring to us. Right. And then when the game comes out, the story mode is lacking. The story mode is lacking.
I agree.
The single mode, the single mode or single character options are lacking seriously. Then the matchmaking doesn't seem to be all that great. And some people are, because I'm starting to think like, man, look, this game, but I also think maybe because they're with the 50, you're starting to get into sort of like AAA title area. Maybe if this game was priced at 40, maybe even 35, people wouldn't be tripping like this. But we have no idea what cost they had to cover, for whatever, and maybe what they had planned to bring. Because of course, when they dropped that patch. Oh man, people were not happy with that patch. Even though I was like, this is all right. So okay, like a little. All right,
the patch was needed, though.
The patch was it was a little skippy, but for someone like me, I generally am looking for some new characters because I haven't found the character yet that I feel at home with on this game. Now, I mean, I'm sure there's some players that's like, look, if you haven't found a character that you like yet, then just don't play it or whatever. But I'm like, yo, I just shelled out my 50. I want to play it. Like, I just want to play a character that I feel at home with. So on to the competitive side of this, we've seen DNF play in tournaments. We've seen DNF play online tournaments. So the online competitive nature seems to be kind of shining through. There's a lot of people, especially early on, that were really enjoying this and playing this at high levels. And now that you've been playing this since the first two betas, and of course playing this at a high level, what kind of, I guess, engagement or, I guess, interaction do you get online when you're is this a game that seems to have a toxic fan base similar to like NRS or Tekken 7, or are you feeling like this I guess community for DNF is a little more positive, or are you finding like differences in how you're treated or others are treated when they're high level players in this game?
Overall, to be honest, bro, I've had some dope matches. I've had some salty matches where I myself was salty. But I can say overall, bird's eye view, the DNF Duel community is real positive. They're not toxic.
Cool.
I'm not going to say that I have not ran into some toxic people, but I think that's the FGC more so than DNF Duel. I think that person was toxic before they played DNF Duel.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the DNF Duel community are real positive. And I say this because I beat the number one Swift Master. I think his name is Hawkman. I put the clip out. Y'all can see it. You may see it on the reel, you may not, but it is on my Twitter. I tagged him in the tweet. He's from Japan, but he don't have a lot of followers. He retweeted me back and said GG's and was all positive and like, see you again in the matchmaking, and he seen me again and beat the crap out of me, but he didn't. It wasn't negative. It was positive. He retweeted the tweet, liked it, said this was a dope video because of the music. He liked the slam song, slam thing. He liked that. Even he's from Japan, and he was typing to me in Japanese. I had to click the translate button to read what he said, but he actually understood everything, understood the gesture, and responded on my Twitter. And he was not salty. He was real positive about it. And I actually gave him the positive fist, the inbox and everything. We're not friends, but I beat him, even though he's the top number one guy. And instead of punching down or disrespectfully, he actually gave me props and respect. I like that. So for the most part, man, the DNF Duel community is positive. Yes, there are some knuckleheads, yes. But the good outweigh the bad.
All right, now to dip the toe into the bad a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We try not to be super negative here, but you in this case are you're a top level player in this game. Like you're very good at Hitman. You're number 2 Hitman in this game, and that's in the whole world that's playing this game, at least on the PlayStation side.
On PlayStation side, right.
So on the PlayStation side, you could probably look at on the PC side and see how many wins those guys have, and probably
you have to do that.
I'd probably have to do that on my end, and then we'd have to put wins together and see, cross-reference. But for the PlayStation side and the whole world, all right, so that means that at least a wee bit about this game.
A little bit.
I have a question, because you brought this up a little bit offline, and I want to ask you a question about. I don't know if the phrasing is maybe general respect or general consideration given to people that might not be like names or big names, but are still out there getting wins, or being invited to tournaments or being offered sponsorships.
Let's get into it.
And how those people are treated. Could you kind of like give us a peek into that world a little bit, as far as like how you've experienced it?
I've experienced it like most other people who don't have a lot of subscribers experienced it. You get shunned, you get dismissed, you get who are you? You get the biased mob. The mob wants who they want, right? If we can use a Bible reference, right? What did Pilate say to the mob, do you want the thief or do you want Jesus? They said, crucify Jesus and give us the thief. You understand me? The mob, this, and I'm not saying I'm Jesus by no means. Please, y'all don't look at. I'm saying,
but it's about the no name guy.
It's about the no name guy, and they know they hated Jesus so much they would have rather have had the killer, murderous, rapist, thief. You understand me? And I'm not saying these other guys who are pro players who are famous are rapists and murderers. I'm saying that I don't believe that it's about skill anymore. I'm convinced now that I've beat so many top players. I got clips on LTG, I'm Still the Daddy, Punk, Little Majin. Idom is the only pro I have not beat. I fought Idom and I lost to him. I can't beat Idom. All right, I'm saying it. I just can't beat this guy. But I did fight, right? And I held my own now, but I just couldn't beat the guy. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't close. So I'm saying, in fighting these people, right, and being in the heat, just those 5 names, and there's others whose names I just can't remember, but we'll use those 5. I feel like, okay, y'all good. I ain't dismissing y'all skills by no means, but I still beat you. And I didn't get steamrolled. I won in style. I got the clips. So then it's not about skill then to get invited to a tournament, to get recognized, to get whatever that looks like. If that's what you're doing this for, if you are playing fighting games to get recognized and that's what you're doing, then how good you are doesn't matter. I'm not saying I know what it is or what it's gonna take. I'm saying I hear the Ernestos, the Junior with Anime Illuminati. How do you say that dude's name? Junior.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Max, because this doesn't really count, but just throwing a name out there. If nobody has seen you at a Capcom Pro Tour or Evo or a big name tournament that you know, the Punks and all the big names know about, you're not gonna get noticed, even if you're good. Take the homie Nightmare, for example. Nightmare, if he listening, shout out to Nightmare. Follow him on Twitter. I don't know how to spell his name on Twitter, but he's a Balrog main on Street Fighter 5. That much I can tell you. He mains Balrog. Dark skinned guy, he got the blonde streaks in his head, whatever in his hair. This guy, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is better than Smug with Balrog, better than Brian F with Balrog. Brian F uses Balrog, and so does Smug use Balrog. And I've watched clips of Brian F fighting with Balrog. I've watched clips of Smug, and I've watched Nightmare's clips. Just not that him against those guys, just how they use the character. The fights that Nightmare gets is what the server gives him. So it's not no specific people he's fighting. It's just the way he uses the character. And because I understand fighting games in depth, I'm not a button masher. I know what I'm doing. I can sit back and watch a fight. I can watch a fight for entertainment purposes, and I can watch a fight and tell you what's happening in the fight. I can actually do what Tasty Steve does. If they were to ever invite me to that, or give me the headphones and give me the script or whatever that looks like, I could get on that stage and be an announcer just like those guys, because I may not use the terminology that everybody uses because I'm an old man. I don't really know all of the slang anymore, but I can explain it to you in my own words what's happening in the fight live as it's happening. The game, if I play the game. And I say that to say Nightmare is better than the best Balrogs, which is Slug and Brian F. Are they the best, or are they just the ones that they keep shoving in our face every day? If you subscribe to them, if you subscribe to these guys, the YouTube is going to shove them in your face. You're going to see Brian F. and Smug constantly on your YouTube, constantly over and over again, their Balrog clips. But you see Nightmare's Balrog clips. Okay, y'all all kind of using the character the same, but Nightmare is just saucy with his Balrog is saucy. He takes risks and he capitalizes. He takes a lot of risks, knowing that he could get punished, but he lands and hit confirms and connects, and it's like he's not a cautious player like Brian F and Smug. Brian F and Smug only want one thing with Balrog, whereas Nightmare does not fight one way with Balrog. He's just different. His Balrog is all over the place, unpredictable. Like Nightmare doesn't do the same combo over and over and over again, the same finisher combo. Whereas Smug, you watch enough Smug videos, Smug's got to start up with the quick punch, and then he activates, and then let's no escape, and then he do he do a little 7-hit combo, ended with the super. The same exact thing. Whereas Nightmare don't always finish with super, and he can accidental hit confirms. He reacts in time to finish those combos instead. You know how you hit somebody and you don't really know you hit them because y'all just mixed them and you didn't capitalize. Well, Nightmare always capitalizes off his hit confirms. He is reactive. I say that to say, but they don't talk about Nightmare in those little circles and spaces, right? Who is Nightmare, right? Who's this guy? And I think it's not about skill then. It should be about skill, though, is what I'm saying. I said all that to say it should be about skill. Forget your popularity. I'm not saying you're not allowed to be popular. If that's what you're doing, be popular. But take these L's, take these fights. And no, I don't want to pay you. I don't want to put up $1,500 or $1,000 on your... I don't want... No money match. Because a money match is your way of saying, either you put up the money and win or lose, or you don't put up the money and I don't have to deal with you. That's your way of dismissing me if you are a famous pro player. And this is a video game. This isn't real life basketball, football, baseball, right? You can't go to 24-hour fitness or Rucker Park and charge people to play you in basketball. Y'all all got to share that rim and play 21. Ain't nobody making no money out there playing 21. When you go to Rucker Park and everybody just hooping because you got your little hooping shorts on and you feel like hooping this Saturday, some people are gambling. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying for the most part, if somebody calls somebody out at Rucker Park, they're not putting up money. It's like, yo, man, I can check you, come check up. And y'all just play ball, y'all do y'all thing, and that's that. Gaming is the same thing, right? I'm not saying you're not allowed to be famous as a gamer. I'm saying fame shouldn't dictate whether or not you get invited to the tournament. Skill and grit and proven. I got receipts, pictures, screenshots, video clips. Who have you beaten? I've beaten the top people. No, not some random casual. If you want to see to prove myself, if that's because somebody told me that, I'm not going to speak the name. Somebody told me I need to prove myself. The clips are rolling as you watch this video. The clips is rolling. How much more proof you need? Scroll my media section and my Twitter page, the media section, and look at the clips after 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 clips of high level gods. Deity. The name of the person says deity. It ain't with 300 deities in the game. Everybody else is either legend or whatever. It's only 300 of them joints. And I'm telling you, I got clips. Number 6 deity, number 3 deity, number 10 deity. Only one I ain't fought yet is number 1. I guess the guy quit playing. I have yet to run into the number 1 deity of the game. I don't know if he quit. I don't see the guy online, but I see 2, 3, 5, and 6, and all the way down all the time. The number 1 deity person, whoever that person is, just don't go online no more. I don't see him. Still sitting at the top, but the 2 and 3 people are slowly about to catch up to him because he's not fighting, he's not using them. Them points is adding up. So as you get more points and more wins, you pass people up and you put them down, bump you down below you. So it's about to become the number 2 and number 3 deity's about to pass him up if he don't turn the game on and play. And then we can say, I beat the number 1 guy. Because the number 2 and 3 guy, I've already beat those guys already. They're still playing. They're still getting points. Climbing to the top. They're trying to get to number 1. I see them every day now. They're going to eventually get there. And then I'm going to fight those guys anyway because they're still playing the game while that number 1 guy he just done quit playing. Then I can say I beat the number 1 guy. How much more proof y'all need? Like, real talk. Like, I done beat the gods of this game. The dudes who broke the game on the PlayStation side. I ain't fought no PC people yet because I don't have a PC. But the PlayStation group of people, I'm saying these guys is Japanese. These ain't Americans. I'm beating Japan, like the top two and three guys from Japan. They name right there on the screen. That's Japan. What proof you need? Prove yourself. Come on, like yo, what up? This is rollback netcode. Ain't no lag.
Yeah,
right. Ain't no lag.
So
what's the deal? Like,
well, I think there's a couple things I'm gonna throw out. I think one is people still want to discount online play.
Fact.
But you can't have it both ways.
You can't have it both ways.
You can't say, well, prove yourself. And it's like, well, I've won all these matches online. Well, you have to win them offline for them to really matter. Okay, great. But with that said, stop posting these videos on YouTube talking about number one versus number two, or number three versus number one, and because those matches are being played out online.
Online, they're not face to face.
So if they are, and those matches are being played out online, then stop uploading and re-uploading them and sharing them around as if these are people to be either A, admired, or B, studied, or C, just praised for simply being that good. Because then that negates you saying that you have to prove yourself since you're only winning online. Because then that match that's played out online shouldn't even be regarded at all.
But I can tell you this.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say the offline input delay versus online input delay, if there is any, is the same. Like to control responses from practice mode offline to how it translates online, I don't feel the difference. There is no. Some games do have a little bit of a lag input because you're just online. DNF Duel has a smooth connection. It's one of the smoothest games I've ever fought. You ever played?
Even if it does, guess what? Both of y'all have the same delay, so it's still a fair playing. It's still a fair playing field.
There's no lag.
This idea, it's kind of like when people were saying, well, the online Evo doesn't count. Yes, it does. You're fighting against someone else, right? Like so then there's this idea of, it's similar to boxing. You have managers that want to like protect their fighters. So they'll let them fight against guys that are okay, but not really contenders. So I think on the FGC side, what you'll get is a lot of people forcing money matches, or the idea of a money match, to protect themselves. Because when I'm sure, and this is just me calling them out, I don't know, I don't know this person personally. Say if Kizzy K goes and fights Punk, to get ready for a tournament or whatever, I'm sure Punk is saying, "Hey, you need to pay me such and such to play me."
Right? They're not doing that.
So
they're just playing each other.
Yeah. So that means that you're not being fair across the board. Which now in this case, someone could say, "Hey, it's about the cost of his time," and I'm like, "Well, time is the same when he plays Kizzy as it is if he plays, say, me, you, your cousin, whoever." You know what I'm saying? So the minutes don't move differently. The seconds don't move differently.
I feel shoot down that time cost of my time BS, because you're not charging these people that you run into with matchmaking. You're not charging them a fee. You're going online, you're putting yourself in a matchmaking server, and you're getting fights. And you're not sending those people an invoice, each person who took up their time. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about, well, what about my time? Because I have other better things I could be doing with my time. What, like practicing on the same game they were playing? Instead of fighting me, you're on the game, but you're just not fighting me because you're practicing in practice mode. But I could be in practice mode practicing you, but instead I'm fighting you, so that's my time. No, BS. It's BS, it's BS, it's BS. You don't want to take this L. You don't know me, you never heard of me, and you scared that I might actually beat you and embarrass you, and now I got the clip, and now I'm gonna make you look bad. That's what it is. That's just what it is.
There's this in any industry, there's always going to be this crew of people that have kind of, for lack of better terms or phrasing, legitimized each other. So now, since they've legitimized each other, they've kind of like created this crew. And in
Mm-hmm.
this case, it's the FGC crew. And the FGC
Right.
crew, you can throw in whoever names you want, but these people have decided, hey, we're going to be the guys or the girls. We're going to be the guys and the girls, and
Right.
we're the ones that are the pros. And if you're not us, or if you're not our friends, then you're
Right.
not mentioned. And if you're not mentioned, somehow you don't have any skill.
Right.
And if we think you have skill, you're not going to get a chance to prove it because we're never going to let you play us. And the only way you can get a chance to play us is by flying down to Florida or
Or catching
flying
them
out to
online
Vegas.
in matchmaking.
Yeah, or flying to New York.
Yeah,
Or
and I'm not
flying
about to do
down
that.
to XYZ big city, and everybody doesn't have that ability. Like, I mean, look at someone like Minna. Minna, good player, super good, got mad skills. Does Minna have the ability to fly all over the world and
No,
play
got
in
a
all
life.
these? No,
Got a life. Got responsibility.
yeah. So that means that you don't know whether you're better than Minna on this
Or not.
day or not because Minna wasn't here. Now you could say I'm the best of the people that were here. Now see, the point of the online play was to say now we can truly know who's got the skills because now the barrier of entry has been lowered to just owning the game and having internet service. But now, since that barrier has been lowered, I think it scared a lot of people that are like, oh, who knew this random dude in Kansas was nice like this?
A
And
lot
I
of
don't
people
want
are
to
nice.
I don't want to run into this random person and get smoked up. So, instead of doing that, I'll say, well, I'll just practice with my own crew, and then in practicing with my own crew, I'll say anyone else outside has to pay.
Right. I mean, if you think about it, bro, since home consoles came into the form, go all the way back to Atari, and then when the first fighting game came to the home console, and fighting games started to be at home consoles, man, that's a lot of people that are nice in all 50 states. But
Yep.
who's living a life path where they want to actually put all of their time and effort into the gaming experience when they will be going to college, getting some type of trade, a degree, learning something, getting a skill, trying to make some money, trying to feed their family. Like, gaming is a hobby at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, because
Nobody,
gaming can't pay. Gaming
it
is
can't.
paying some people's bills.
It's not
Gaming
going to pay your
can
bill,
pay people's bills, but the
but
way the
that's luck.
FGC is set up, it's
You got to get really
it's
lucky. That's like
yeah,
lottery.
it's not
That's
there yet.
literally like lottery. And
Yeah,
and if it was about skill that got you paid, I'm the number 2 hitman. Where my check at? You feel me? I can't ask for that.
yeah.
I know that's not realistic, right? So
And honestly, to on that, hold your point real quick. To that point, people are saying DNF is dead. Something that DNF could do that costs them nothing is just make social media posts like, congratulations, such and such, the number one, I don't know, Dragon Knight. Congratulations, such and such, for making the third, just last night, becoming the third best,
yeah,
I
some
don't
PR,
know,
some PR.
third best, lost warrior or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't even do that stuff. And not only DNF, nobody does that stuff.
Nobody,
And
not
that
even
costs you
Harada does that.
nothing.
Harada doesn't even do that. But now every now and then Harada or when Ono at the time when he was working for Capcom, they may do Takedo or Daigo, right? They might
Yeah, but
shout
those are
some
once
guys.
again known names.
But at the end of the day, not some random guy in Kansas like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And it's the clicky friendship who know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Hey, I'm not even hating on that type of situation. If that's just how you navigate through the world, period. It's who you know. That's fine. But we're talking about the thing that a lot of us do as a hobby competitively. Nonetheless, you take Madden and NBA 2K and Call of Duty. There's a whole community there.
Yep.
That's way bigger than FGC, and they got tournaments. They got Madden tournaments. They got the NBA 2K tournaments, and they definitely got Call of Duty tournaments. They got Call of Duty is so much more popular than FGC. I play fantasy sports, and there are Call of Duty entries in the fantasy sports apps. Like, you can actually pick people who play Call of Duty to see what they're gonna do, like you play fantasy sports and see and win money off these guys. That's how that FGC is not there yet. Call of Duty and Madden is there. Literally, Madden and Call of Duty is fantasy sports. You can play fantasy sports, John Madden football. I play it all the time and I win money. It's a simulator, but it's also a video game, just like Call of Duty. Some guys get the best Call of Duty players get invited to the tournament constantly. It's always something going on. It's taking place online because they can't show up in person. It's actually cheaper to do the online tournaments than it is to try to host an event because nobody has to pay for any flights. Nobody got to get a hotel room. Just log into your game and make sure your signal's good.
And as someone who runs an event, trust me, y'all have no idea how much it costs to pay for insurance for an arena.
Just to air quote prove yourself. You mean tell me I gotta get on a plane, fly to your city, or you gotta get on a plane and fly to my city? Whether it's me spending the money or you spending the money, it's a waste of money to come fight me when you can just log into your game and fight you.
To beat you when I already beat you on the internet. I already did it.
I beat you online. But online don't count. We gotta fight in person just to settle this.
Well, if online doesn't count, then why did you even do it?
Listen, if I watched Punk and Rob TV argue about somebody spending money to go travel to see the other one, and like Punk felt like he felt slighted by Rob TV because I spent the money. I flew to your city. I spent my own money. I paid for a hotel room. And I feel some type of way. And let's just use Punk's rant, for example, to prove my point about why you shouldn't do this. Now, I'm not taking Punk's side in the Rob TV argument. I actually take Rob TV's side, but I'm just going to use Punk's frustration as an example where I do agree with him here. Punk he said he spent over $2,000 between the plane ticket, the rental car, and the hotel room. And the time he spent there.
Where was he staying? He must have been trying to ball out. It can't cost that much.
Wasn't. The flights was expensive at the time. It was like a last minute flight, which was like $560.
Oh, I forgot.
Right?
Yeah, if you do a last minute flight, you're gonna pay.
He was flying to California because I think Punk don't live in California. I think Punk live in Florida or something. He was flying to California. He was going to stay for like 3-4 days. That's a hotel room. Everything's expensive in California. So he said he spent about $2,000, and then he went into the little spill about what happened. But let's just take it to $2,000. Punk spent $2,000 to fly to to Rob TV situation. And even if things didn't go Punk's way, he spent $2,000 on a video game. You said at the top of the show that DNF Duel is $50, and that's too expensive. That's pretty high for a game, right?
For what they're giving us,
For what they get, right? But why? So why is Punk spending $2,000 on a video game? You see what I'm saying? Because you was going to the city to go fight a guy in this game that y'all play. You just spent $2,000 to prove a point, and now you want to
when that same FGC moaned and complained to get top level internet access quality so that they didn't have to do this. So when I say, and I think I commented on somebody's channel, and mind you, I'll say this on my interview live, and if anybody caught my comment under Anime Illuminati's page, I'm not Anime Illuminati or Junior, whatever you say his name. He doesn't make the rules. He just gave me his opinion at the end of the day, right? What he says doesn't define me. And those rest of them are Nesto, Punk, Rob TV, anybody. I don't have an issue with none of these guys. I like Rob TV actually, but even still, you can say him. These people are strangers. I don't know these people, right? I know you, right? I don't know these people. I know their names and faces. I don't know these people. So how can these people dictate to me whether or not I'm worthy for a tournament? Now, I'll say this. This is what I wanted to bring to you. And I said I had an idea. I said in the inbox, I had an idea, but I thought about it's going to make you laugh. This wasn't my idea. This was your idea. I just couldn't remember where I got it from. But I sat on it, and this was something you've been trying to do
that just you just hasn't. I understand your situation and why you haven't been doing it, so I ain't gonna get into it. But some to the lines of we can make our own FGC. We don't need to even associate ourselves with the air quote pros. Well, you got myself, you got Nightmare, you got what's his name? I can't remember his name right now because he was playing Street Fighter 5 with us back in the day. Alan. We got Alan. And just them two, for example. And you can reach out to Nightmare whenever you want to. I know he's busy too. We have our own community. We can put out content. You can do little tournaments, like you said, you can host a tournament, charge people a little fee, whatever you look like. We'll do it to support you as well as our own little niche community, because I feel like this. If it's because I'm about skill. I'm not about fame and subscribers. So I'm saying it now on my joint. Like, if you see my video and you part of FGC, you watch and listen to this, I don't care about how many followers you got. It's about these buttons right now, bro. It's about the controller. Let's mash these buttons. And it's not even about who's the best. Let's just go at it. Because you might get me today. I might get you today. That doesn't make me the best or you the best. You just got me today. I just got you today. Right? We constantly getting better because we're still playing this game, whatever it is, every day. We fought today. Mm-hmm. We fought in this tournament. But when we leave this tournament, whoever wins or loses, we're going back to play this game again in our little spare time. So when we face each other again, we're better now. So at the end of the day, ain't no best in the world. Stop with that. I'm the number 2 Hitman. The number 2 in and of itself should tell you I'm not the best. I'm number 2, not number 1. You feel me? At the end of the day, I'm good. I'm decent. I can play. I know how to play. If you a god, so what? Let's go. Because rank don't really matter. I've proven that. Watch the clips as they roll by as you listen to me speak. These people are ranked higher than me. Look at my rank, look at their rank, and I'm serving them L. So rank don't really matter. Don't think that I'm letting this number 2 stuff go to my head. This is me being silly and having fun with the, I noticed I was number 2, so let's put that out there. Let's see what that does. I'm not like really tripping about it, like, yeah, I'm the best in the world. No, I'm telling y'all, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. I don't think I'm the best in the world. I just think I'm good enough to handle my own with the best, whoever that looks like. Whoever y'all say the best is, okay, I can sit in the room with them and handle and hold my own and serve some L's. I ain't just gonna just be taking L's. I'm serving. I'm winning rounds. I'm winning matches. I'm getting dubs. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Let me get to the practice mode. Let me figure out which character I want to play with. Give me some matches. Give me some time with that game. Trust me, I'm gonna sit in the room with the best. Am I the best? No, but I can fight the best and I can beat the best. And that's just how I'm gonna answer that question. I'm not the best, but I can beat the best. You feel me? That's just what it is. That's how I'm going. That's the hill I'm gonna die on, man.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what? We gonna end it right there. That's dope. That's what's up, man. Straight up. Thank you for your time. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. We always get to chop it up. But first, congratulations for being number 2. You know what I'm saying? It's always good. You know what I'm saying? It's always cool to see a dope, a dope accomplishment. Also, let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, most definitely. Open Mind, spell it with a Y on YouTube. Open Mind, spell it with a Y on Twitter. And I am Open Mind, spell it with a Y on IG. I've been putting out clips. Make sure you subscribe to the DFS Recap Fantasy Sports channel on YouTube. The DFS Recap. We about to go live Thursday night with Thursday football. Not Thursday night, but Thursday. I don't know what time yet, but we're gonna go live probably an hour before the game, and just go into the Fantasy Sports. Our channel about to be. Oh, by the way, boss, I wanted to say this to you because I'm so excited. The Dallas Cowboys, I just found out I got a nephew that played for them. It's not my nephew, it's my wife's nephew. They kind of like my nephew. I didn't know I had a nephew, but he inboxed her and said, "Hey, Auntie, did you see me play today?" He ran them two kick returns back. Keontae Turpin. That's my wife's nephew.
Nice. This what's up, man.
So we're gonna be trying to, not Thursday but Sunday. We're gonna do a Sunday show for Sunday Night Football, and we're gonna try to feature nephew on there. He made the team playing for the Cowboys. We're gonna be rooting for him. We're gonna be featured. We're gonna feature him on the first episode of our new season. This is our season 3 of our show. We're just trying to build the channel up. So he told her to tell me that he done sent Zeke Elliott, Dak Prescott, and CeeDee Lamb my channel so that they can watch it, because they waiting on us to do our little show, and the Cowboys gonna be watching us do our joint. So that's a good feeling. Like,
Yo,
me
that's
and my
what's
brother,
up. That's
me
what's
and
up.
my brother DZ, man, we doing our little fantasy sports joint. So subscribe to the channel if you play fantasy sports. If you don't worry about it. This is all fantasy sports, nothing to do with gaming. It's DraftKings and FanDuel football season, and that's what we're gonna be doing, man. Appreciate the interview, man. Appreciate you for reaching out. Always love, bro. And if I can, I'm always come through and lend my voice and be a part of your child. I always love, bro. You showed me so much love, and I appreciate it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, of course, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. Like, comment, subscribe. Of course, I haven't been playing as much as I wanted to lately. I have a huge story that I will probably run down on this channel, maybe at the beginning of the year, but I still got a lot of stuff to get to and get through. But thank you guys for supporting the channel, however y'all do, whether y'all comment or like or whatever. Of course, we got cool stuff coming up this week. We're watching Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. We're getting into some more gaming stuff. We're going to have some fun. And until next time, from us to you, thank you for watching. And of course, peace.
Peace.